What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Five Friends, One Table podcast, where once a week, every week, the five of us come together to talk about whatever random topic pops in our head that week. Today, we are four friends because Colin is not here. He is...
dead to us. No, I'm just kidding.
We killed him. He's chaperoning a Boy Scout field trip. So... Camping trip, whatever. So...
Well, he's in a field of some sort.
Right.
And he probably tripped once.
I would not describe the campsite as a field.
No,
See, I wouldn't know.
See, I know you wouldn't.
And like I said,
you're not a Boy Scout and you don't like the outdoors.
I know you
That's just not true. I enjoy the outdoors.
How many times have you been camping?
Probably like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't pin that on him. I'd pin that more on his parents.
Yeah,
blame on the fact that
sleep outside. Just go sleep outside. There's a little woods back there that's going to be our studio one day.
If anything comes near you, the dog will bark.
Yeah, honestly.
But the dog's sleeping inside.
Today, I am joined with the Splatterpuss himself, Murphy Bush.
That way.
Yeah, that way.
It's Amigos ad-lib. You've never heard of that?
No. To his right, we have Tyler Tepsick.
I'm happy because we ordered food.
And to my left, we have Ronald McNerney.
I'm happy we finally ordered food as well.
And I am your host, Zachary Blanner. So, Tyler, why don't we start with your topic, because it's a surprise, and I do not like surprises.
Yours is also a surprise.
It is a surprise.
Doesn't mean
So
I
do
need
you
to
not
like
like your own topic?
I hate my topic.
Okay, I'm happy you're gonna tell us.
Well, on a similar note, I hate myself. No. But, so, what we're doing right now is I have the Domino's app. We're waiting for food to show up.
Oh, he just thought of his topic. That's what happened.
No, actually, I thought of it a while ago. I thought of it a while ago.
Remember when he did the wearables one? It was only because he was wearing an Apple Watch. That's the only reason he
I had that one premeditated. But anyways, I had this one premeditated as well. Because, the other night we made pizza bagels. And there's that one friend who always leaves their phone on ring. But
all the time.
Also that one friend who always thinks that they don't want food. So we end up going to the store, buying... excuse me, is it your turn to talk?
I put money into the pizza bagels.
Did he not want the pizza bagels?
No, I put money into the pizza bagels.
Excuse me, is it your topic or my topic?
I put money into the pizza bagels. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that.
But anyway, so we get a Giant Eagle.
Local grocery store chain, for those that aren't in the know.
Is it local only?
It's definitely not national.
What is?
Giant Eagle's definitely not national.
Yeah, it's not national.
Okay.
People in California don't have it, but they have In-N-Out Burger.
So we go to the Big Bird.
And Jack in the Box.
So we go to the Big Bird.
And Del Taco.
So we go to the Big Bird. And, we're there. It's me, Zach, Matt, and Zach's sister at this point, because Ronald was driving a stray dog around North Walden, but that's besides the point.
I found a lost dog. I almost got hit by a car. I jump out of my car, I throw him in my car, and all of a sudden I have a really tame dog.
So you stole him. Alright.
Well, anyways, back to the pizza bagels. So, we're like, how many bagels do we need? We're doing the math. We're like, there's this many of us. And Matt's like, yeah, I'm for sure not eating, guys. And
no,
like,
when I was at Giant Eagle, I wanted in on the pizza bagels.
Actually, the quote was me saying, Matt, how many pizza bagels do you think you're going to eat? And he goes, I'm not hungry. I said, that doesn't mean you're not going to eat pizza bagels. How many are you going to eat?
I had one. And I made them too, so...
Yes, but you
Yes,
said
but
you
that's
weren't
because me and Tyler were engaged in a game of wits.
And I still made them.
So, I mean, if I ask my mom to make me food, that doesn't mean she gets any of it.
I feel like it does, though.
I mean, if you don't
bought the food, honestly. But anyway,
Tyler,
continue with the topic.
Everybody always has that one friend, and he's just trying to cheap out. He's like, yeah, guys, I don't want food. And then when this Domino's gets here, I bet you Matt's going to try and finesse some. But I promise I will cut him. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
It's like whenever you take a friend out to a restaurant, they're like, oh, I'm not hungry. But they still take some of your fries.
Right, exactly.
It's like, did you pay for those fries? You're at Red Robin.
Were you going to eat the fries?
Alright, listen, if it's Red Robin, it doesn't really matter, but
if I pay for the fries, it is up to me whether I throw them in the garbage or into your mouth.
But
it is my decision. I own those fries. They are my property.
But the question is, were you going to eat the fries?
Okay, I mean, like, if I have a shirt and I'm not going to wear it, does that mean you can take it out of my closet?
But it's not. But that's your shirt.
And they're my fries.
Shirts are different.
It's my pizza.
Fries.
Well, let's put it this way. If Manny Pacquiao decides he's not going to drive his Ferrari, and he hasn't driven his Ferrari for the past few years, can you just take it? No, you can't take it.
No,
but it's in his name. That would be grand theft.
Are the fries not in Tyler's name since he bought it?
No, because there's not a piece of paper that says that he owns them.
You mean a receipt?
But that doesn't say you own them. That says you paid for them.
So if I pay for something and I don't own it, what am I? I'm not renting the fries.
You're leasing the fries.
At the end of the meal, the waiter comes over. Yeah, we're gonna need this back. Pumping you, trying to get you.
Human centipede.
Oh my!
I feel like as long as you're not gonna eat the fries, it's fine for someone else to eat the fries.
It's fine if you ask,
Yeah,
and I say okay.
We're talking specifically on the people who just like, whenever, like, if you turn to look at your phone and you saw them just take like 3 fries.
I'm not gonna eat any pizza
There are
bagels.
people that do that.
I've never done that.
I'm not going to eat any pizza bagels. Hey guys, can I?
How
have
is
a
it not
pizza
true?
bagel?
You definitely, at some point in your life, snagged some food off someone's plate when they were not looking. You cannot tell me that that's never happened in your life.
Probably like once.
I easily have done that before.
No,
There's no way.
I will own up to me doing that. I've done it to you multiple times.
I've done it for the sole purpose of being a dick. Our order's in the oven, by the way.
Awesome.
It's on the list.
So, my topic. I wanted to talk about bad language and or bad words.
Spanish?
What brought this topic about was preparing for the games show that we do. It's called the Autosave Podcast. Go look at that.
It's lit.
Preparing for that, I was
this is my
listening to other podcasts, seeing what, like, the newsy game podcasts, and they swear, right? They swear, we swear, it's fine, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a podcast that doesn't swear.
Occasionally.
That is not under some restrictions by some company, right? So, my grandmother, my mother, and my aunt are in the car. I'm playing a podcast, I'm listening to it, trying to learn, gather some knowledge.
Were you playing it on the radio?
What kind of podcast were you listening to?
This was a Kind of Funny Games Daily podcast.
Huh.
Are you playing it through the aux?
Collecting
Yes.
enemy intelligence.
Okay.
What?
You're gathering enemy intelligence.
Yes, I was gathering enemy intelligence. So, I... you never realize how much people swear until there's a reason to realize it. And I'm sitting there, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. All of a sudden, there's a first fuck. Then there's a shit. Then there's a fuck. My grandma's like, hey, what is all this? I'm like, oh.
Those are bad words, Grandma.
And then it made me think, why does it matter? I am an adult. My mother's an adult, my aunt's an adult, and so is my grandmother. She is very much an adult.
Your grandma is the only one who is not an adult.
The people on the podcast are adults talking about a topic that they want to, So what is the problem?
I think it's just, did your mom have a problem with it too, or is it just your grandma?
My mom probably didn't like it, but she didn't voice her opinion.
Well,
it's definitely more of a generational
here's
thing.
2 sides of the thing too. Here's your grandma seeing sweet little innocent Zach, quote unquote innocent, driving around, and you just hear shit fuck shit on this podcast, and she's gonna think like, does my grandson always swear like this and talk like this? But here's the thing with your mom.
No, I don't think she's thinking that. I think she knows damn well that he's cussing up and down the wall all the time.
The wall?
Yes.
Okay, Donald.
But with your mom, she hears you in the living room all the time.
Oh, she easily hears me say multiple things.
I'm surprised you don't wake them up as often as you do when you... Alright, let's do a throwback. The God of War Platinums you had, you have easily almost broken controllers and maybe your PS3 because of those.
I did break one controller.
Oh, you did break the controller?
Yes.
Okay.
It does not work properly.
Thank you for defining broken.
I threw it against my stone fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, she kind of knows you're like this, like, just the way
Right.
you talk and everything.
Sure.
Well, your grandma doesn't... I mean, you go to your grandma's often, but she doesn't hear it as much, too.
Right.
It's just kind of like I don't know. It is like a generation thing, like Matt said. It's definitely that, but it's still at the same time.
But then, so I get that. But then it made me start thinking, why are they bad words? You know? Like, why?
Why can you
words
say
bad?
ass on TV but not asshole?
You know? Exactly. Well, you can't say ass.
You can't say balls on TV.
Really?
You can definitely say
if
balls.
you say, I'm pretty sure.
It depends on the context.
Yeah,
but
like
you
in
can
the
definitely
it
say
depends
the
on the
word balls.
context.
You can say pussy on TV.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
I
because
think
they
it
say it on
depends on the
Brickleberry.
context.
Really?
Yeah.
I like you said.
Like if I call you a pussy and this goes on cable TV, is that allowed to happen?
Yeah. From my understanding, if I recall correctly, they call people pussies on Brickleberry.
Oh, does that mean we're going on cable TV?
Well,
Can
where
we call
did you
ourselves The
watch
Talk
this
now?
on TV or did you watch like on Hulu?
This was on TV.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
I
like
remember hearing it, thinking, "Oh, I wonder if they're allowed to say that."
I
But
mean,
didn't think
it just
this was
like,
years ago. Though.
Like you were saying, like the word balls, depending on the context, they'll bleep it out.
See,
I've never experienced
this is my thing, and like, I'm of the mind that words have the power you give them. If the only reason words are bad, or the only reason there are some words that are like no words, are because people give them a power of when they hear them. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say this word. You like, you know.
Now, see, this is where you're wrong, because curse words have curses on them, and the Knights Templar were duty to protect people, stop people from saying these curse words, as seen in season 1 of South Park.
You know how many
That's not season 1 of
times?
South Park.
Well, I watched it, and I don't watch that much of South Park.
That would be season 5 you were thinking of.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't watch 5 seasons of South Park, though, so how did I get to
You might have
season
just
5?
That's the first episode of season 5.
Maybe I skipped to season 5 because you told me to.
That could be.
That's
something.
probably something that he would say.
I mean, there's definitely been times at work I let out just a giant F-bomb because it's like I cut something on my finger.
Right.
Dude, I swear at work all the time. No one cares. The manager swears at me.
Well, because the manager.
and we also work in kitchens, by the way.
Well, yeah, I feel like that. Well, okay.
Well,
It's
I'm
very
like in the
different than,
dish room
like-
because like it's by the salad bars and stuff. So if I let out a good one, sometimes someone's like, "Dude, I could have heard that out there," and I'm like, "Well, my finger's bleeding, so do I really care?" But at the same time, like if someone complains to a manager, I'm kind of screwed.
Right.
The manager's not going to say anything.
It's
to you.
very
He's
different
like,
if
don't
you
cuss.
swear in the kitchen, and then like me at Target, if I'm out by like the front registers and I call someone.
I do understand that because you're supposed to be formal. It doesn't matter if I'm formal or not.
It's just called kitchen talk, disher talk. Like
Oh,
that's
easily,
that's
dude.
the way it is.
Yeah.
Locker room.
But see,
talk.
I'm curious to see. You know, like so, like I'm gonna go away from the topic a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come back to
Ooh,
it.
guys, Brad just double checked our order for perfection.
When you look at
Shout out to Brad.
when you look at drinking, right?
Yes.
So in other countries, pretty much everywhere else in the world, you can drink well before you're 21,
18.
at least.
Some places like 16.
At least 2 or 3 years.
To be
before
fair,
21.
the places with lower drinking age usually have less strong alcohol. Like I know Germany's beer is way
even still,
like less alcoholic than ours.
even still, when you look at the way they approach alcohol and the way Americans approach alcohol, it's very different. You don't have as many people getting plastered every time they drink, which is the goal most often when you're here, is to every time you drink, you do it to get drunk. Or you do it to feel some type of buzz. Whereas over there, it's much more social. And I feel like that might be because it's not as criminalized, you know? So, which leads me to ask the question, do you think that if children were allowed to say fuck, shit, like all these bad words, do you think that they would use them as much when they get of like the age that is determined by whatever it's determined by, that it's okay to say these things?
Well, it is also psychologically proven that like if you like stub your toe on a desk and you say fuck, that it hurts less than if you don't say anything.
That's just because
If
you
just,
know it's
wince.
like one of
no,
those
because it's like a
words.
release of anger.
Yeah, but
verbally.
you don't have to say fuck to do that. You could just be like, oh. And
I know,
it would
but
right.
Have
but
the
still,
same
like,
effect.
that's-
Just like tennis players grunt and wince when they play tennis.
I'm just saying what the study said.
But that being said, bad words do feel amazing.
They most certainly
Like,
do.
when something happens, Jesus Christ.
Why you gotta bring him into this, dude?
That is such a relieving word to say.
I don't know how
Words.
people make it through the day without calling one of their friends a cum dumpster.
I've easily.
That's
gone
not as relieving.
I can go through many days without saying those words.
Well, back to the alcohol thing too. I think like when you're saying other countries drink more casually and stuff. I don't know how like their movies and stuff are, 'cause I don't watch like German movies per se. But I feel like
Wow, what a loser.
But I don't like.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
pretty
like
much represented two ways in the States. It's
Yeah.
either like really, really classy or like
Party
really, really
hard.